including a blockbuster between the Nets and Sixers. James Harden heads to Philly to play with Embiid. Ben Simmons heads to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. I am bringing in two-time champion, one in the NBA and one in the World Mean Mug competition, Kendrick Perkins.
Don't start, Max. Don't start, Max.
Let's start with the Nets side of the deal, okay? I expect that we are finally going to see Ben Simmons on the court this season. How do you like his fit with the Nets?
You know what? That depends on Steve Nash. But if I was to use Ben Simmons, I would have him pretty much in the Draymond Green role, right? Being a facilitator, a guy that's involved with being that point forward position. I would change my offense and kind of, if I'm Steve Nash, I would duplicate what the Golden State Warriors are doing. A lot of movement with Ben Simmons being the assist guy. But, you know, you could use him in multiple ways. He's that versatile besides the shooting aspect of his game.
By the way, or you could use him like Giannis if Joe Harris gets healthy and you have Joe Harris, Seth Curry, KD, and Kyrie Irving. He comes downhill. You double him, he finds the open man, and they're all going to knock it down. You don't double him, he takes it to the rack.
Well, but pump your brakes, okay? Here's why. I understand that it sounds good to use him like a Giannis at the 5, but Ben Simmons don't have the mentality of a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Look, when you down there in the trenches, Max Kellerman, something that you never did, something that I did, you got to have a different type of mindset. And I don't know if Ben has that yet. I'm not saying he's not capable of doing it, but he also has to embrace the role. It's the same thing with Anthony Davis with the Lakers trying to get him to play center. You have to want to embrace that role. I don't know if Ben Simmons will embrace it, but I know that would be a great position for him to embrace.
Meantime, Kendrick, we spent the last 2 seasons waiting for this Nets team to come together and be on the court at the same time, and I just have to say, it kills me that we're not actually ever going to get to see it. But what are the expectations for this crew now in Brooklyn?
Well, right now, the expectations is for them to just even get in the playoffs. I mean, Max, look where they at right now. We don't know the status of Kevin Durant or when he's coming back. Kyrie is not available for home games. They're on the 10-game losing streak. I mean, I don't even know why they would even be considered as to still being a title contender or even a favorite to win the title. In my opinion, when I look at the ceiling of this team right now with a Ben Simmons, their ceiling is the second round.
All right. I mean, last year, before Kyrie Irving got hurt, and there was no James Harden, KD and Kyrie were wiping the floor with the eventual world champion Bucks. Just keep that in mind. Let's talk about the other side of this deal, Perk. It's clear at this point Harden wanted out of Brooklyn. Joel Embiid now has an elite perimeter player. And to me, Daryl Morey just opened up a championship window for the Sixers. I don't really think there was one before. I think there is now. How long do they have to climb through it, and can they?
Well, they could do it this year, but I give them a three-year window. Max, you have to realize when you talk about two guys that are the best scorers in the game today, or considered two of the best scorers of the game today, are big. You always say you have to have a guard and you have to have a big, elite big to win the championship. Well, Philly got that. And right now, one could argue that Big Philly, Joel Embiid, is the best player in the NBA. And you get him a James Harden, a guy that has also embraced the new role of being the facilitator and the point guard and playing the point guard position and floor general. You put them in a 2-man game down the stretch or in the start of the game. Tell me who in the hell is going to stop that?
No, I know. Regular season, I thought game for game. They didn't play enough games, but game for game, Harden was 1 and Embiid was 2 last regular season. They're on the same team now. If the Sixers and Nets meet in the playoffs, who wins?
Philly wins. Philly wins. 1, because Philly has a better coach. 2, because no one is going to be able to stop Joel Embiid. 3, James Harden is hungry. Joel Embiid and James Harden are starving for a championship. When you have a different mindset, when you have a mindset of trying to go get something you haven't accomplished, I think those two will come out victorious. We have to remember, KD got his 2 rings, Kyrie got his 1 ring, so they got a sense of satisfaction, or being satisfied, should I say, and James Harden and Embiid is, they're starving.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.